free, I'll be collecting $10 from each one. I'm kidding, there it is. JK. Well, my name is Eric Rivera, like Nancy said, and today I'll be talking to you a little bit about myself, starting my own business, and key points on how to be successful in life. You will be successful when you think different than the average person. When you're able to have the mindset to think, I am success. I will be successful because I am success. I'm not success because I failed. I am success because I wasn't afraid to fail. I will be successful because I am success. I'm not success because I failed multiple times. I am success because I was willing to fail multiple times. Because I was willing. Because when you fail, you have to get back up, right? You have to try again when you fall. And it's the same mindset you should have. And yes, trying does imply failure. But trying also implies that you're willing to fail. And you must be willing to fail to succeed in life. You must be willing to fail to succeed. Because trying also implies that you're willing to take a risk. And that's what being an entrepreneur is, right? Taking a risk. Taking a risk on your belief in your business, your product, your service, your idea. You take that risk of failure to succeed. Thomas Edison said, the almost most certain way to succeed is to try this one more time. So if I fail 1,000 times, but I succeed on the 1,001st try, I succeeded because I tried this one more time, right? The almost certain way to succeed is to try this one more time. So there are 3 keys to follow to being successful in life. And the first one is simple. It's believe in yourself. The most powerful tool we possess ourselves is our mind. Invest in your mind, invest in yourself. Number 2 is think positive in every aspect of life and always think success. Think positive in the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, your attitude, and the people you surround yourself with. Think positive, think success, and you'll get positive results. But number 3 is the most important. Because 1 and 2 are great, but along the way, you'll have goals, you'll have a vision of where you want to be in life, what you want to do. And none of that materializes without number 3. And that is hard work. Work harder than anybody imaginable and understand that it takes hard work to get to where you want to be in life. If I'm willing to work harder than you, then I'll possibly accomplish my goal first. For instance, say you have an invention, an idea, and there's someone else that has the exact same invention or idea as you. But you know nothing about each other, you don't know that you guys have the same idea. For you to accomplish your goal, it will take you 4 hours a day for a year. Work 4 hours a day for a year to accomplish or for your invention to materialize. But there's another person that's willing to work harder. They're willing to work 8 hours a day for that invention to materialize. So it takes you 4 hours a day for it to come true in a year. But if I work 8 hours a day on that same idea, that same invention, I'll complete it in 6 months. Work harder than anybody imaginable and understand that it takes that hard work to get to where you want to be in life. And if you put all these things together, there's not one thing that can keep you from success. So a little bit about myself and my story, and I guess being where I am today and being an entrepreneur. I grew up with an entrepreneurial father, and I guess that same mindset carried over to myself. And to give you a better idea of how I always had an entrepreneurial mindset without realizing I was thinking as an entrepreneur, but I was doing all these entrepreneurial things. And I remember growing up, this is one of the stories that sticks out to me in my head, getting to where I started being an entrepreneur. I remember in the 4th grade, there was this girl in my class that I had a crush on. Girl I had a crush on. I liked this girl in 4th grade. And I remember my parents used to cut me and my brother's hair. We didn't really go to a barbershop. My parents were not qualified to be barbers. They never went to barber school. They never cut hair in their life, I think. It was obvious when you looked at our hair. But they would cut our hair. And I remember this particular morning, my dad was cutting my hair before school. And he was cutting the top of my hair. And I remember the clip fell off. And it's obvious what happened next. He cut a bald spot in the front of my hair. And I remember thinking, I'm not going to school. I was crying, and I was a 4th grader. So I didn't want to go to school. And I remember I had to get my hair cut off, and I went to school late that day after they made me. And I remember walking into class, and no one wants to walk into class late, right? Everyone's staring at you. And I walk into class, and everybody's laughing. But the only person I noticed laugh was the girl I had a crush on, right? She's laughing at me. And it was horrible. I went to my desk, I put my head down, and I probably cried the rest of the day. But it was later, going into 8th grade, or going into my freshman year from 8th grade, where I learned how to cut my own hair. I would start cutting my own hair, and I get really good at it. I'd eventually start practicing on my brother's hair. He didn't know I practiced on him, but I was practicing on him. And I would get good at cutting hair. I would start cutting people's hair at school, my friends, start cutting family, and eventually I would start charging $2.25 my freshman year in high school. And by the time I got to my junior year, I was charging the exact same amount that barbershops would charge. And I had people going to my mom's garage, and everyone hanging out, and I cut their hair. But I always went and followed the concept of get the things you need and not the things you want, and eventually you'll be able to get the things you want in life. So I saved all this money, and by the time I get to my senior year in high school, I would start investing in something else. Nothing great, but my mom was going to Costco, and I remember going to Costco and seeing the candy with 30 candies in it. So I'd sell these for $1 each, and if I bought it for about $12 after taxes, I was able to turn a profit of about $15, $18. So I'd save all this money also. And by the time I graduated high school, and I turned 18, I would have over $10,000 saved up. And 13 or 14,000 to be exact. And by the time I get to college, I'd invest in something else. I would buy DJ equipment, and I'd start DJing weddings, quinceañeras, friends, parties, and all these different things. But the most important part of this story is when I would start working with my father. He had his own educational service company, and he was in the schools. I worked in the schools for about 3 years with my father, and I would gain as much knowledge as I can from him and all the people I would encounter. And about 3 years after working with them, I would come up with an idea that I thought was beneficial to kids. And it was essential to their learning today, but also their future. And I would come up with a goal-setting program. And I would eventually, knowing that if I worked hard and had enough ambition and determination to get this started, that it can make an impact. So I would start reaching our goals, which is the educational service company to teach students a step-by-step process of goal setting. So all this didn't just happen right away. It took about 2 years. And along this journey, this road of starting my own business, I learned a lot about myself and a lot more about life. And as you will too after you graduate from high school. I realized, number one, that when you start a business, you don't make money right away. That it's a pretty long process. But when you do work hard, you'll eventually get to where you want to be. I learned that money does not define our success, but our accomplishments do. Because we have it backwards. We see rich people and we think, oh, they're successful. But we forget why they're successful and they're rich. Money does not define our success, our accomplishments do. We'll have goals and work hard to achieve those goals, and by achieving those goals, we'll have accomplishments. And with those accomplishments, those will lead to our success, and our success will lead to monetary value, money. Successful people make money. Money does not make successful people. Now, if I give you $1 million, does that make you successful? No, it makes you rich. Or Friday, if you win the lottery, does that make you successful? Makes you rich. If anybody does have $1 million, I would love to take it. Or I would love to win the lottery, but that doesn't make me successful. I also learned along this road that we all have a purpose in life. That with finding our purpose, we give our life meaning. And that we possess everything it takes to achieve our most wildest dreams and accomplish our most challenging goals. And also I realized, which is huge because we'll encounter these people throughout life, that there's people that will always want you to fail. There's people that want to see you fail and don't want you to succeed. And we'll encounter these people throughout life, and it's most likely inevitable because there's some people that can't have what you have or can do what you do. But it's up to you to believe that you have greatness and carry that belief in yourself, in your character, in your attitude, and carry that positivity over to the next. I remember in a meeting one time, someone told me that to not be a turtle, that you can't get anything done staying in your shell. And I like to give the same message to you. Don't be a turtle. You can't get anything done staying in your shell. You need to put your arms and legs out and move forward to finding your purpose in life and what gives your life meaning. And find what you really want to do in life and what truly makes you happy. So I encourage you to have goals, to have dreams. I encourage you to find what makes you happy. I encourage you to study successful people. I encourage you to research successful people. I also encourage you, no, I challenge you to think outside the box. I challenge you to think beyond what the answer may be sometimes. And to be creative with your mindset. I challenge you to find what truly makes you happy. And I challenge you to find what you truly want to do in life. Because the only person that can tell you you're going to be successful is yourself. No matter how many people tell you you can or can't do something, it is only believable when you tell yourself you can or can't do something. So you must believe in yourself. You must think successful. You must think positive in every aspect of life and understand that it takes hard work to get to where you want to be. And always try just one more time. And the most important thing is never give up. And if you put all these things together, you will come up with the mindset to think, I am success. So believe in yourself. And along this way, always appreciate and acknowledge the people that help you get to where you want to be, whether it's knowledge or encouraging words or whatever it may be. Acknowledge and appreciate the people that help you get to where you are. Your teachers, your mom, your dad, brothers, sisters, everybody. Because they all play a small key role into where you want to go in life. And with that said, there's one person that is here that helped me get to where I am. And that has played a key role in me finding my path and where I am today. And I'd like to acknowledge my dad, who's right here in this third row. So believe in yourself, think positive, think success, and understand that it takes hard work to get to where you want to be. And with this, you will have the mindset to think, I am success. Thank you guys, I appreciate your time.